Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going on a world tour of a bird we think we know so well, the chicken. You'll see how this one species has been shaped into an absolutely stunning variety of forms all across the globe. So let's jump right in. So, have you ever really thought about it? How can the same kind of bird be perfect for your breakfast omelet and your Sunday roast? Well, the answer lies in centuries and centuries of selective breeding. We humans have intentionally created all these specialized breeds for eggs, for meat, or, sometimes for both. Okay, but before we jet off on our tour, we've got to learn the lingo, right? To really get what makes these chickens so different from each other, there are a few key terms you just have to know. So let's quickly cover the ground rules. All right, so at the very top, the biggest category, we have class. Think of it like a bird's passport. It's super broad, but it tells you the general part of the world it comes from. Is it American, Asiatic, or Mediterranean? It's all about geography. Okay, stepping down one level, we get to breed. Now, this is a much more specific group inside a class. And the key phrase here is that they breed true. What does that mean? It means the babies will consistently look and act just like their parents. You can count on it. This is where you get those names you might actually recognize, like a Leghorn or a Plymouth Rock.
And if you want to get really specific, we have variety. This is a subdivision within a single breed. So you might ask, what's the real difference between a white Plymouth Rock and a barred Plymouth Rock? Well, that's a difference in variety. It usually comes down to a small, specific trait like feather color or even the type of comb on its head.
So let's put it all together. You've got the big geographical class, then you narrow it down to a specific breed with predictable traits, then you get even more detailed with a variety based on color or comb type. And it can even go one step further to strain, which is basically a specific family line from one breeder's program. Okay, now that we've got the vocabulary down, let's start our tour. First stop, the good old USA. We're looking at the American class. And honestly, these birds are the real workhorses of the poultry world. They were developed to be super practical, hardy, and often what we call dual purpose, which just means they're great for both meat and eggs. And here's a perfect example, the Plymouth Rock. You can see it's a solid, dual-purpose bird, but here's a little industry insider fact for you. The white variety is super popular for producing broiler chickens. Why? Well, because its light feathers don't leave any dark spots on the skin after processing, which makes for a cleaner-looking final product. It's a true American classic. All right, now let's talk about a real heavyweight champion, the Jersey Black Giant. I mean, the name pretty much says it all, right? It was developed specifically to be a massive bird. And while it does lay some nice brown eggs, its main job, its whole purpose, is meat production. And just wait till you see the standard weight for a male. Yep, that's 5.91 kilograms. That's nearly 13 pounds. To give you some perspective, that's way heavier than your average house cat. I mean, this is a seriously big chicken, one of the heaviest breeds on the entire planet. The name giant is absolutely no exaggeration here. Okay, time to hop across the Atlantic. We're heading to Europe. And over here, the breeding game gets even more specialized. We start to find some breeds that are just perfected for meat, and others that are absolute egg-laying machines. And this comparison right here is just perfect. It shows you exactly what I mean by specialization. On one side, you have the English Cornish. Look at it, broad, compact, heavily muscled. This is the bird that became the foundation of the entire modern broiler industry. Then, on the other side, you have the Italian Leghorn. It's small, it's active, it's super efficient. This bird is the undisputed champion of egg laying, famous for popping out tons of white-shelled eggs. Two birds from Europe with two very different jobs. Our world tour now takes us to Asia, which is home to some of the most visually stunning and largest chicken breeds you'll ever see. I mean, these are the true feathered titans of the poultry world. Just look at this, the Brahma. This breed comes from India, and it's another absolutely massive bird that's prized for its meat. But what really makes it stand out are its unique features. It has a tiny pea comb, and maybe most famously, it has feathers that grow all the way down its legs and even cover its toes. It just gives it this incredible, powerful, and majestic look. And since we're in the region, let's zoom in a little and take a closer look at some other really unique indigenous breeds from India. These are birds that have been around for centuries, and they have some truly remarkable qualities. So this here is the asil, which is also known as the Indian game.
Now, historically, this bird was prized for its fighting qualities. It's incredibly tough, compact, and it has this majestic upright walk. But today, it's really appreciated for the fantastic flavor of its meat. Okay, get ready for one of the most unique chickens on the entire planet, the categorizes. It's a smaller bird from Madhya Pradesh in India, and its meat is considered a real delicacy. But its most famous feature, it's all about its color, which is caused by a really rare genetic condition.
And this says it all. This is what makes the categorizes so special. It has a condition called fibromelanosis, and that causes something called hypermelanosis. What that means in plain English is that it's not just the feathers that are black. Its skin is black, its meat is black, its bones are black, and even its internal organs are black. It is literally black to the bone. How incredible is that? So, you might be wondering, why does all this history of pure breeds matter today? Well, it's absolutely crucial, because these old pure breeds are the genetic building blocks for the chicken that ends up on our plates now. Modern commercial birds are almost always highly specialized crossbreeds. For example, by taking the meaty traits of a Cornish and crossing it with the amazing egg-laying ability of a Leghorn, breeders have created totally new dual-purpose birds that are designed to thrive in very specific local environments. So we've gone from the American All-Star to the Asiatic Giants, and all the way to the completely black categorizes. The diversity is just stunning, isn't it? And it all kind of leads to this one big question. What does all this incredible variety, all of it shaped by human hands, really tell us about our own ingenuity and about our deep, long-running relationship with the food we eat? It's something to think about. Thanks for joining me.